Hello and welcome to BQ Prime. A very good afternoon to all the viewers. I am Hiral Dadia. MTAR is one stock that is in focus, and this is on the back of Q1 numbers. The revenues have seen a growth of nearly 70%, good profitability improvement as well. Operational front also pretty strong, but the margins have seen a slight amount of dip that's coming in there. Mr. Director Srinivas Reddy joins in, who's the managing director at MTAR. Mr. Reddy, good afternoon and welcome to the show.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Reddy, my first question is overall, what has the quarter met your internal expectations?
Yes, historically, our second half of the year is very strong. We have given a revenue guidance of 45 to 50%. We stick to that guidance, which is close to about 830 to 860 crores. And obviously, the next 3 quarters, they're going to be a steep rise in the revenues quarter on quarter basis. And also, the EBITDA margins will improve over the quarters. And we have guided about 28% plus minus 100 basis points at the end of the year, and we will be able to achieve that in FY24.
Right. Now, overall, if you see, with regards to the order book, where does it stand currently? And what's the execution timeline looking like?
See, we have a closing order book of 1,078 crores, and most of our orders are executed within the year, or at least 70% of them from moving forward. And the rest would be over the next 1 year or so. And we're also expecting new orders close to 1,200 crores coming into the company over the next 3 quarters. So we'll have a closing order book of 1,500 crores by end of the year.
Right. So in terms of the order book as well, majority coming in from clean energy. Space is again in double digits, but lower double digits. How do you see that rejig happening? Because defense is again around 4 to 5% of the order book currently. So how do you see that moving?
See, the most of our orders are going to come in for the nuclear sector and the clean energy sector. And the rest would be, if you look at the whole thing, probably 1,000 crores would come in from clean energy and nuclear sector. And the rest would be coming from the other segments, what we're looking at. So we're looking at about 1,200 crores of orders during the current financial year, which is a substantial jump compared to the last year.
Of defense as well as space increasing in the coming years?
Yeah, I couldn't get your last point. Can you repeat that, please?
No, I'm saying, do you see the contribution of defense and space increasing in the coming years and taking the opportunities into consideration?
Yes, definitely, because as you all are aware, we have also participated in a major way in Gaganyaan 3, all the very key projects that we are doing for ISRO right now. So we are looking at a very positive outlook for space and defense as well. And we're also expecting our defense license to come through by next week, which I heard has been cleared by the committee after about 18 months. So it's a very long drawn process. It's getting cleared. So that will create a lot more opportunities for the company moving forward.
So from a contribution of, say, market share of 4.5%, where do you see defense going up?
Can't quantify it right now because there are two aspects of it. Once you get the defense license, whatever we are doing right now will continue. But we are going to develop a lot of products in-house to directly supply to Air Force and Navy and etc. In the long run, and also work with some multinationals to collaboratively bid for the major defense projects within India, which is under the make and buy policy that we are looking at.
Okay. And overall, between domestic and exports, currently export business is still which contributes the maximum in terms of revenues. How are you seeing that change, and where are you seeing higher traction?
So actually both, if you look at our last year numbers, our domestic numbers were around 112 or 115 crores. And in the current year, we are doing almost 3 times that number, to more than 300 crores of numbers other than what we are exporting in the clean energy segment. So that's a substantial jump if you look at it that way. So over the years, the numbers from domestic will improve more and more. And exports, obviously, we have added a lot more customers. A customer base is basket is we added a lot more customers in the last financial year and also in this first quarter of this year. So and we have a few more customers in the pipeline. So this would help us not only to build exports, but also to work on some projects collaboratively within India itself.
Okay. And overall, from an expansion perspective, you have been expanding your portfolio as well with newer products. You have been in discussion with aerospace customers to expand your sheet metal product portfolio. The electric vertical expansion is underway, and development with regards to defense segment is underway, right? So, from an expansion perspective, what's the strategy from here on?
We already have all the infrastructure in place as of now, both in electronics and as well as obviously the mechanical side of it in terms of sheet metal, specialized fabrication, etc. And that's something which we are getting qualified for various products, which is clearly mentioned in my earnings call as well. So we are doing extremely well there. All this work which is being done by the R&D is not seen in the form of numbers. It is seen only for the future growth of the company. And that's how we are growing at the rate of 45 to 50% year on year. So this will actually add a lot more value in the coming years, what we are doing right.
Right. And overall, once you get a defense license as well, do you think the business will be more skewed towards defense versus the other segments?
I would not say that. See, we are very strong in clean energy as of now. That's what the whole world is looking at. Defense is something which has never been our forte. We are capable of doing a lot of defense projects, but our focus has always been on clean energy. And the defense business also is very lumpy in nature. So with this license, what would happen is it would encourage us to deal directly with Air Force, Navy, etc. for various products that we are doing in a fully integrated manner, and also develop new products, as I mentioned earlier, and also help us to work with some multinationals to collaboratively bid for the major tenders that the defense organizations will come forward with in the future. So that's how it's going to be. So it's about a couple of years' time where we can really establish as one of the key players in defense moving forward.
Right. And then overall, if you see, from a business perspective as well, when you're talking about, the growth plans that the company has, the expansion that the company is looking at in terms of products, does that mean it's more of value-added products that are coming in, and that is something which will help boost margins as well?
Absolutely. Our products are high margin products. We're looking at gross margin beyond 60% in all our products that we are doing on an average basis. So we are looking at adding a very large product portfolio moving forward, which we are already doing it right now. And last year, we have done 23 crores, and this year our product division is going to do about 125 crores and all. So that's a major jump, and it will continue to grow in a similar fashion moving forward as
well. Right. So what's the kind of growth that you're looking at, Mr. Reddy, in terms of FY24?
You're talking about the overall revenue growth?
Yes.
I've said earlier, like it's about 45 to 50%. So last year we did 574 crores, and this year we're looking at anything between 830 to 860 crores. That's a substantial jump from last year to this year.
Absolutely, and that's something which the market's trying as well, because clearly the segments that MTAR is present in as well, those are segments which are of lot of interest overall globally, as well as when the Indian markets are picking it up as well. Thank you, Mr. Reddy, so much for joining us on the show. And if you see in terms of the stock price performance as well on the counter, on a YTD basis as well, the stock has seen gains of almost 37% coming in there, and a 52% upside that we've seen on the counter from the last 1 year perspective. That's all that we have on this session. Thanks for watching, and lots more lined up on the other side. Please stay tuned to PQ Prime.